answer multiple ways. In terms of the Pathfinder workshop, that's absolutely right. There's a lot of sensitive data. So generally, we treat this as sort of a professional services project. So we get NDAs in place, we get MSAs in place. We transact with you, right, in a means that protects you and protects your company's data. And then anything we build for organizations, we build in your tenant. You own it. We hand it off to you. So it's not the case that we're building something and then licensing it to you, so to speak. We're believers in giving you the keys to the castle. I hope that answers your question, Amber.
And sorry, I just would also want to touch on like another variation that question could go is beyond just giving Zeb a lot of sensitive data, I think that also could be routed to the fact that the AI solution that we're building has a lot of sensitive data. And that's also true because all of these different solutions and even like the Chromasoft example that we had is dealing with personal information that's very specific to the user on board, which is why we're using these core services of AWS itself, which is why we're using Amazon Bedrock and not just these external model providers directly, not interacting with a Claude API directly or a ChatGPT directly. We are making sure that it's living within your environment and your tenant. And so then that way, the networking that's happening is remaining within that private network and the chain, and the data is not being leaked outside. We are also implementing, when we have these AI use cases that are customer facing or that are external user facing, like Vivek was touched upon a little bit earlier, utilizing services like Bedrock Guardrails, as well as our own guardrail framework when we have to layer that on top of like a custom model like SageMaker. We ensure that there's a part of that discovery session that we're having and sit down with your team, we're taking what are the possible questions that we just don't want the solution to be asking, as well as what is the focus area, and then using that to tune what the guardrails are and making sure it stays within that line. We sanitize both the input that's coming into the model as well as the output that's being received. So it's two-way sanitization that's happening across the board.